Well, welcome to Hardtack, where I talk about news and information that nobody else will touch, or at least in the way that I do. In this episode, we're going to talk about starting the YouTube channel of your dreams, the success. Oh, you've done all the investigations. You've gone through and you've watched every video that you can on how to start a YouTube channel. Just hit record. Make sure your microphone's on. All of the ins and outs. You're all set. You've got that niche that you want to try out. Well, good for you. But keep this in mind. Let's take a look here.
This morning, new details about a murder involving a podcast host and her husband found dead in their Washington State home.
They have the active hostage situation. The shooter is not detained.
Police say this man, 38-year-old Ramin Hodakaram Rezai, stalked Zori Sadeghi for months after listening to her podcast about gaining employment in the tech industry. The two communicated back and forth through a chat app. Then at some point, things started to take an eerie turn when he contacted her more than 100 times in a single day, according to authorities. Sadeghi writing, "These delusions make me fear for my life and the lives of my loved ones." ABC News has learned just a week before her death, Sadeghi filed a request for an order of protection against the suspect, citing a disturbing pattern of behavior. Police say the suspect, who was a long-haul truck driver, drove all the way from Texas to Washington State. At his next stop, the victim's house. According to police, he shot and killed podcaster Zori Sadeghi and her husband before appearing to take his own life. A neighbor says their security camera caught the commotion overnight.
It was blood-curdling to hear it. I'm not sure I should have gone back and listened to it or not.
Zori's mother was inside the house, but somehow managed to escape and call 911.
This is the absolute worst outcome, for a stalking case.
Authorities say they had a tough time trying to locate the suspect to serve that order of protection because he was a long-haul truck driver. Again, police say he drove from Texas to Washington State.
Pretty scary, isn't it? Over the years of doing YouTube myself and the channels that I have seen multiple YouTubers, Instagrammers, TikTokers have break-ins, have stuff stolen from them, have people show up at their front doors, do all kinds of bizarre, weird things. Fact of the matter is that there is a lot of weird people out there, and you need to put into your game plan on how you're going to handle this. Let me try to help. Don't use your name. Use a stage name. Don't use a name at all. Either which way, don't have anything that's going to associate you and somebody else who's weird being able to find you. So use a stage name. All I need is your name and the state that you're in, and as long as your name isn't John Smith, I can find you. Not only can I find you, I can find your address, I can find the car, I can find your driver's license, I can find your social security number, I can find all of your accounts, I can find your personal accounts, I can find darn near everything in your life. All I need is your name and the state where you're at. That's it. Things to consider here. Plan your shots. If you're going to be a vlogger or you're going to do your YouTube thing, your Instagram thing, whatever the case may be, plan your shots. Keep this in the back of your mind. No billboards. Billboards are a giveaway of where you're located at. Street names. Your name and a street name, I can find you too. Highway signs. Driving on down the highway, shows an exit. All I need is your name and that, and I can find you too. House numbers. houses, advertisements, businesses. These are all the things that you need to make sure that you plan out in your shots, that they're not there, or edit them out, blur them out, whatever the case may be. If you're going to be doing a vlog and doing a bicycle trail, don't tell people what trail you're on. If they have your name and then they have the trail, they pretty much have the area of where you're at. And from there, well, a little diddling on Google and they will be able to find you. Don't become a victim of your own success. YouTube is something, and Instagram and all the other platforms that are out there. On and on and on we can go with all the platforms that are out there. If somebody becomes infatuated with you, and this is especially for individuals, the ladies, the women here that are thinking of starting their channel or have started their channel, boy, I tell you, you could be setting yourself up for the same similar situation here. So, I've given you some ideas, just a glazing across the top of some ideas here of what not to do. There's more to social media than hitting record. There's a lot of planning, more planning involved than what you think, and what you don't want is somebody showing up at your door with a gun, like has happened. So I hope you've learned something from this, and we'll see you on the next Hardtack.